B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
Let me ask you guys real quick. What are we drinking, and what are we talking about tonight? Because I didn't look at anything.
I
We talk
have
about
a
Chisora?
Diet Pepsi. We already talked about Chisora.
We talk about.
Crawford's
can
the
we-
big card,
Yeah,
right?
Crawford is
Yeah, that's the one.
major
Yep. Get out the beer, get out the whiskey.
Yeah.
I have one beer in the house that I can bring out. I'm supposed to be going to a beer festival with Maury, who was the target of Crazy. He didn't send me a message about when or where we're meeting. Maybe he changed his mind.
There you go. Leo, what branch do you serve in? I've been meaning to ask you.
Marine Corps.
Oh, Marines. Okay. Are you still Are you still an hour?
I got out. I've been out for a
Okay.
while. Refreshed and revitalized after a very fun trip with the lads in LA. The boxing B-sides
Oh.
are back, bitches.
You guys need pictures together?
You know what? We fucking forgot. I think we got like one or
Again?
two. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We said like 5 reminders. Like,
I
hey guys.
know.
Like,
I fucking forgot. We were having a good time. Sorry.
Can't blame you.
So, there's quite a bit going on. That's not entirely true. I shouldn't have said that. In the MMA world, this is more of what I meant. There is stuff going on, but like how much of it is really like high profile, worth mentioning to boxing fans? Not a whole lot. So that's what I mean. Is there's fun stuff if you're into MMA. There's plenty of good stuff to check out on Ultimate Fucking Casual later on. Okay. Review section. We're starting with a Pro Box card that was last week on the 31st. I'm just going to give you the top lines because there's a lot more important things to talk about. Jesus Saracho, split decision over Alberto Palmetta. That was a welterweight fight. And Emiliano Moreno, UD over Rashield Williams, welterweights as well. The rest, go to the website, hit the boxing calendar, and check out the past events, and all of the results are there. So, fun. The big one.
I think this is the first one that I've watched where there was no knockouts.
No knockouts. I was really surprised. I found myself
Exciting
impatient.
fights, but
Yeah, I was still getting impatient though. Like, come on, this is Pro Box. I brought my smock out.
yeah, what the fuck? Judges?
Yeah.
Since when did we even have those?
I'm here for death, and that's it. The big one. This was Riyadh Season's first card outside of Saudi Arabia. Matchroom, Top Rank, PBC. Golden Boy was a part of it, but they ended up pulling out with Vergil. And a bunch of other more smaller promoters were on it. This was at the BMO Stadium in Los Angeles. Holy shit. This was fantastic. What a great night. Let's go from the bottom up here. Ziad Al-Mayouf gets a majority decision over Mikhail Bulik. I think he's from Poland. But Ziad was not great. He's a Saudi kid, so naturally the cards, leaned towards him, even though he very clearly didn't deserve it. But Bulik did not do himself any favors either, so I don't know. I think it was a majority draw, actually. I don't know why I have decision here. But moving up, Steven Nelson stops Marcos Vasquez in the 5th. Ziad was a welterweight. This is Steven Nelson, super middles. Now, he came out, he said it was a cosplay. He was, his getup was very reminiscent of the Bloods, the gang. Like, he had the red bandana, red Detroit Flyers jersey. Or, wait, I don't know hockey. I'm sorry. Red jersey.
Red Wings.
Devils.
The Red
Devils.
Wings. Yeah, Detroit Red Wings.
Oh,
Is the
never
Philly
mind.
Flyers. I'm an idiot.
Philly Flyers and New Jersey Devils.
Yeah,
But Detroit
That's what
Red
it
Wings.
Detroit Red Wings. And he came out to Tupac, beat the shit out of Marcos. Very clearly didn't want to be there anymore after he got rocked a few times in the latter rounds. But Steven Nelson was talking about wanting to get himself into title contention. Did you guys see this one? Is there anything about him that makes you think he would be competitive at that level?
I didn't see this one.
I watched it, but he is not ready for a title shot.
Yeah.
I know super middle isn't. No, wait. What weight is super middle?
168.
Super middle's 168.
Oh, yeah, no. 168. There is no way he can hang with any of the big guys.
Yeah, that's what I was
At
thinking
all.
as well. But like, even if you take Canelo out of the picture, since he has all the belts, all of the top
He
names-
lost one, actually.
Oh, right.
He lost one.
That's right. I forgot.
Our boy is no longer undisputed.
Yeah, but even, like,
If you know, you know.
all I can think of all I can think of right now is Benavidez and right? Is that the right weight class?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. He would knock out Nelson quickly, I think. Who else is in I'm so
Caleb
bad
Plant.
at weight classes, Leo.
Caleb Plant,
Andrade.
Berlanga. Trying to think who else.
Yeah. Nelson is not competitive with any of those guys, I don't think.
Berlanga?
Joe Smith.
No, Joe Smith is at cruiser. Munguia, Mbili, Demetrius Andrade, Diego Pacheco. That's kind of the level, like as far as where they are in the rankings for the sanctioning bodies, Diego Pacheco and Steven Nelson are about the same level. But I don't think he could hang with Pacheco, to be completely honest.
I don't think so either. Ballsy call out, but
Yeah,
no.
he was. Yeah, he has the gusto. So there was some to do about his getup. Like we were wondering what it was, and I think it was you, that said that this guy was involved in a shooting earlier this year in Omaha. He goes to Bomex gym. It's probably why he's on this card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you. But regardless, it's a whole fucking debacle. But from what
Bomac got caught with a gun in the UK, so anything's possible, I guess.
Well, somebody
I don't know Nebraska got down like that.
Somebody stole his car, and he went after them.
Oh, they stole it.
Oh, I do remember this now.
Yeah, they stole his car. He went after them, and little gunfight ensued. And there was a 14-year-old girl with a car thief in Steven Nelson's stolen car, and she got hurt. Non-life-threatening or anything, but she got hurt as a result of the shooting.
Over a car.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Omaha boxer Steven Nelson charged in shooting a 14-year-old girl.
So
Damn, it's not like he hit her on purpose.
it's a bit disingenuous to frame it that way.
A bit?
Yeah.
I was just reading the headline.
Yeah, just that. But
That's a terrible headline.
It's a really shitty headline. That's a really poor way to frame it. It
you know
really
he
makes him
is,
seem
you
like
know.
he went up straight up shot a 14-year-old girl, like for funsies, which that's not fun. Now, as far as taking shots and swerving in the wrong direction, Andy Cruz KO7 over Antonio Moran. That was a really good showing from Andy. He got tagged pretty clean, got wobbled pretty hard, but he rebounded quickly. Looked like he just got his equilibrium shaken a little bit, and he was back. He was firm on his feet within a matter of seconds, but nonetheless, it was good to see a little bit of adversity for him instead of just like styling on who question mark people. But Moran was
game. It is only his like fourth fight, isn't it?
Yes, fourth.
But it's a good step up.
Yeah, the knockout was pretty funny. Antonio Moran was had fallen over onto the ropes, and I don't think that anybody realized it was going to be like they were going to do a count, that the ref was going to count it as a knockdown. And even still, he started falling over even with the extra time. So that was fun. You know what wasn't fun? Andy Ruiz.
Wait, don't skip over our boy Anderson McCauley now.
That's further up because I don't know why. Yeah, it's right above it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Ruiz and Miller.
Man, oh man,
Piss poor.
what a terrible fight. Went as expected, right? It was.
But when do you think Andy hurt his hand? Because that hand
was gross.
That hand was fucked up. So I gotta
gross.
give him a pass. I gotta give him a pass on the hand.
Yeah,
a little bit. Like that happened early in the fight. I mean, he's gonna look like shit. He's only got one hand.
I'm gonna assume midway because he started looking like shit midway. That's what I'm gonna assume. I could be entirely wrong. He's never gonna say when it happened, probably, but.
I mean, he probably doesn't know exactly when, anyways.
Still very gross. When everybody was booing him when he got the mic, and then he showed his hand, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry."
Oh, you got to play
exactly.
it. You got this one, man. My fault.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
Andy wanted to make sure everyone saw saying, "Hey, before y'all boo me, look at this shit."
Look at my fucking hand. This is unbelievable. Like that part that he was showing broken, the metacarpals on the pinky and ring. I've broken those myself. It is not pleasant.
He's gonna be out for a long time.
He's gonna be gone. At this point, should he even keep going?
Probably not. I mean, that was what, a 2-year layoff fight.
Yeah,
broken hand. I need surgery. Well, another
year
and a half.
At least a year and a half, right?
Yeah, just like, dude, you're like 34, 35. You have to take another year and a half off.
There's no point.
Take your paycheck and go.
Well, and he clearly doesn't do it for a love of the game. Like,
not really.
Andy has money. He just doesn't box.
I was completely wrong because I said, "Oh, Andy should probably steamroll Miller." Boy, was I fucking wrong.
How much of that is the injury? Yeah, how much was the injury?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know. Like, Andy looked good.
He did also knock him out. We're talking like it went to a decision. Like,
yeah, and it ended up a draw on the cards.
Andy was also fucking gassed too. Andy
Sorry,
was so
Leo,
gassed.
you've got the outline wrong.
I had it
I want to defend myself.
Okay. I just corrected it. It's 114 times 2, and then 116, 112 for Andy.
I just want to defend myself on the audio.
Yeah,
it was written down as a KO on what I was looking at.
I had it.
Also, can we say that Miller is like kind of durable, like that big blockhead, like
very large boy.
Like he's pretty durable, right? I mean,
also
his cardio,
Dubois.
His cardio doesn't seem like it's terrible either. Honestly, like, I mean, I guess we're not throwing a lot of punches. Like, it's not that hard, but I don't know. I feel like Miller, like, is he championship level? Fuck no.
Absolutely.
Is he
not.
like entertaining and like you can kind of watch his career and like it? Yeah, kind of. Like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm intrigued, but I don't want to be.
Entertaining is the word.
He's redeeming
his
himself.
style isn't very entertaining.
He's starting to redeem himself over the PED testing. Like, he pissed hot 4 times, like, in a row.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to rebuild his image here.
Yeah, like his style, it's not entertaining, but it's almost like, it's like now you're going to hear, oh, Miller's fighting? I'm going to tune in. Like, I don't know. Like, something is there.
He didn't look like a giant tub of shit like he had previously. And he came in at 305. That is enormous.
Yeah, he said he went down 40 pounds from his last fight. I mean, if he comes in under 3 next fight, I'd be surprised.
He came in 340 against Bracamonte. That was his first fight back after all the testing problems.
I think Turkey likes him too, so he's gonna keep putting him on cards.
Yeah, he was out in Riyadh with Dubois. Almost went the distance with him. It was 10, not 12, but still. 330.
Little side note on that. If it took Dubois 12
10.
to take out Miller, I don't know where Dubois is getting crazy talking he's gonna knock out AJ. I don't know where he thinks that's coming from.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. But AJ does have a suspect chin a little bit. Like, he's probably easier to knock out than Miller.
His chin's getting reinforced. Thank you. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just saying.
I agree. Yeah, he's questionably chinny. Questionably.
I don't think Dubois is gonna do it, but I mean, I could see why he has more confidence about chinning AJ than chinning Miller.
Well, that's later down the line. Anyway.
Yeah, I want to see more of Gerald Miller. I want to see where if he can rebuild his career into something again.
I mean, he's kind of old though, too, isn't he?
36.
Yeah, he's on the tail end of his career. He's
Right.
probably gonna do like a fucking Chisora thing.
Oh, bet you he fucking fights Bacoli next.
Miller, McCauley,
Bacoli would fucking murder him.
Yeah, Bacoli would take him
not
out.
be pretty. So moving
Well,
along too.
McCauley gets a big fight next.
Yeah, I
think he
hope so
deserves it.
too. Martin Bacoli stops Jared Anderson in 5. I think Jared Anderson looked good for like a round before he got tagged really clean.
Yeah,
I so called
he
this
was
one.
on ice skates.
Yeah, he was down in the first, twice in the 5th before it was stopped. So yeah, he looked bad in the first. Then he kind of picked it. It looked like he was kind of figuring things out. I thought he was kind of putting it together a little bit. He was
No.
twitching a little bit, moving out of the way of things for a short period of time. And then for whatever reason, he stopped doing that. And then Bacoli fucking ended him.
It was great.
I think the pressure just tired him out.
That was unrelenting. It was hard to watch. Like, that was... The pressure was getting to me. And I was there. I was going for Jared. Like, I mean, American heavyweights. He was like he's our only hope right now. So I was hopeful he would do something.
I think your hope is dead.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. We don't have anybody really worth talking about anymore.
Well,
But I told you guys Bacoli was better than he was getting credit for.
Yeah, I said the same thing to a guy sitting next to me. He was, I don't know, he was just enjoying clowning on Jared Anderson, and then he kept calling Bacoli like, the underdog, the underdog. Like, bro, if you think Bacoli's an underdog, then you've never seen him before.
you must not watch boxing.
Yeah, Dick, you've never seen him, because the guy is fucking intense, and he's really fucking powerful.
And he's very nice, sounds like.
Yeah, he does seem like a cool dude. Yeah.
The only time I will cheer for the French speakers is when they're from Africa.
Is Congo,
Yeah, I mean-
was that France or was that Belgium?
I think it's
So
France.
there's 2 Congos.
Yeah,
and
Republic
one
and
was
Demo-
France and one was Belgium.
Okay, that makes sense.
I will
But
say.
I'm pretty sure Bacoli speaks French
Probably.
as his
Yeah,
first
well, he had a
language.
French accent, didn't he?
African.
Yeah, I mean, as his
accent.
first language. I think he fought
okay.
in France for a little while as well.
He embarrassed Tony Yoka in France, in Paris.
Yeah, like I think Bacoli fought out of France, I guess is how I should put it.
Oh, okay. I've always known him to be rep DR Congo, and now he has UK apparently. He lives there in Scotland.
I was gonna say I think in between Congo and Scotland he spent time in France
Well, yeah, probably. I know France is
to
one
learn
of
English, I think.
So what do you guys think about now of Anderson's career?
I was never very high on Anderson, but I think he'll still get big fights because he's American.
I wasn't very big. I was copium big on him because I just wanted, like I said, an American heavyweight. I was just hopeful for that. He was never really that great. As I was saying to the dude sitting next to me, and also to the guys from Discord that were there, is while Top Rank was babying Jared Anderson and, you know, building him up as the next American heavyweight phenom, undefeated, super high KO ratio, it was all cupcakes. And now, during that time, in parallel, Bakoli's in the fucking trenches with solid contenders, having to claw his way to get anything. Because he doesn't have Top Rank behind him, that level of promotion behind him. So what do you get? What do you expect when you're fucking a pampered prince? This is what happens.
It's also that, and he even said himself, like, he doesn't even like boxing that much. Like, he's burned out from it.
Yeah, Anderson has been saying that he's planning to retire at 25, regardless of where his career is at the time. That's extremely early for anyone who's been boxing since they were a kid.
Yeah, so...
especially heavyweights.
Right, especially, yeah, that's even more early. Like, you are just starting to get into the beginning of your prime at 25. At least
I'm sure Turkey
size.
Turkey will get him like a few more big fights.
Yeah. Gerald Miller versus Jared Anderson. Loser has to change their nickname.
Oh yeah, they were calling for that fight actually.
Yeah, because the real Big Baby versus Big Baby. Like, come on, you need to.
Who makes this shit up?
You need to stop it. Stop doing that.
I think Miller probably actually wins that one.
I would probably take Miller as well.
Yeah, an unmotivated, uncaring Jared Anderson, just there to survive, get a paycheck probably.
I think if Anderson doesn't hurt people, he doesn't know what to do. Like,
kind of, yeah. Like, he had Riyad Murhi, the what Bridgerweight guy, former Bridgerweight champ. Took him 10. Like, yeah, he couldn't figure out what to do, and it just was shitty, like that, very shitty.
yeah, like, I think if he doesn't hurt somebody in the first 3 or 4 rounds, like, I'm not saying knockdown, but see a reaction.
Right.
He doesn't know what the hell to do.
Charles Martin.
And then he gets confused and bored and kind of just continues to box, I guess, but not really change or try anything different.
Charles Martin got up off the canvas in 3, and he's, you know, one of the tough veteran types. And Charles Martin survived the whole thing, and Jared Anderson didn't seem interested in changing the game plan at any point. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Big Baby versus Big Baby. That's just terrible fucking matchmaking. Just for the posters.
That sounds like a WWE, like, tagline, winner keeps the nickname.
Yeah.
Like,
loser leaves town. Figuratively.
Exactly. Loser changes their name.
Yep. Loser has to change the name. You can't both be fucking stupid with your nicknames at the same time.
It's also not a very good nickname.
It's not.
Like,
that's
it's not worth fighting over.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I would like to hear the rationale behind it. Maybe make it make sense a little bit more, but something I need help making sense of. David Morrell, UD over Hot Rod Radvoje Kalachik.
Hot Rod.
Yeah, pretty sure I got that one right. I really tried to pay attention to how
Was that at 175?
Yes. David Morrell's moved up.
Go back down, brother.
At 168, he had the regular WBA, just like he has now at 175. And he's stuck waiting for the person with the full belt to do something. He had to wait for Canelo to figure out what he wanted to do, and it was never going to be fighting David Morrell. And now waiting for Bivol to do something, which probably is not going to be fighting David Morrell.
See, boxing is kind of a dirty game, isn't it? Like, you get to a certain point, you're kind of just stuck in a waiting period.
Yeah, David Morrell's been in that waiting period for a long time. David Benavidez, to an extent, has as well.
Well, and which of the heavyweight guys was stuck there forever and then lost?
Heavyweight, stuck in waiting.
Was it Dillian White was the mandatory for
For
Oh, you know what?
Fury?
I think. Fuck no.
He was one of them. I remember he lost to. Was it Povetkin?
Povetkin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uppercut.
Yeah, the big uppercut in the first fight. He gets it back in the rematch, and the waiting period is over. He gets the fight with Tyson Fury.
Yeah. But, he was the mandatory, I think, for 2 or 3 years.
Quite some
more
time.
than that, 5 years.
Yeah. Since 2017-ish? 2018?
What's that? 6 years?
Yep.
6 or 7 years?
Been a while. It's just that Morrell doesn't have the same problem that Dillian White does, where Dillian White is just fucking mid. David Morrell is really good. Apparently his power didn't carry up quite as much. That or Kalachik is better than people gave him credit for. Myself
I think
included.
Hot Rod's tough as fuck.
Yeah.
I think he did really good. Like, he was popping Morrell with a lot of good shots.
Yeah, he knew how to handle the pressure. I think fighting Artur Beterbiev, even though he lost, nonetheless, it's still, how do I handle that extreme type of pressure, power punching type of fighter? And he did it fucking perfectly here. Even if he did lose the rounds, doesn't matter. I was saying before, leading up to this, that it wasn't a matter of if Hot Rod's going to win or lose, because he's probably not going to win. It's a matter of how he looks. Does he still look... is he still marketable after this? And I think, yes, more so for having gone the distance with it.
Yeah, I think this was probably good for Hot Rod, even though it was a loss. It
wins
upped
the
his
narrative.
stock as a viable... a reasonable opponent for people.
Yeah. There's still plenty of other light heavyweights that need good partner in the ring. And yeah, he upset the narrative the same way that Vazdik did against Benavidez. This was supposed to be another monstrous puncher moving up, and his power's supposed to come with him, but it didn't. So that's
I love seeing these pro box guys do good.
Yep. We'll be talking about another one in a moment. Anything for Hot Rod, Drip?
Nah, I honestly want to see him fight again, though. I think he did really well. Morrell just, he edged out a win, but I think Hot Rod was great all around.
He wins the narrative for sure. And the scores were pretty wide for Morrell. I don't think they really tell the story of what happened, though.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that one-sided.
Nah.
I'm fine with a unanimous decision, but some of the cards were a little
9-3 on 2 and 10-2 on the third.
Yeah, 10-2's ridiculous.
It's
honestly, I think it was closer than 9-3 as well, but I was cheering for Hot Rod, so I'm biased.
I think it's a case of when you have competitive rounds and they're just edging out 51% to 49 for the same guy every time.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It doesn't tell the story of the fight at all. So I really hope that he doesn't get people knocking him for the wide scorecards. he definitely won the victory and defeat. This is actually more to Morel's detriment than it is to Hot Rod here.
Yeah, that's not to say Morel looked bad.
Right.
Like, he still looked really impressive. I just think Hot Rod was a better opponent than people expected.
Yeah, people didn't know who he was. Same with, like, Bacoli. Everybody knew Jared Anderson was a known quantity in the U.S., and everybody was either happy to cheer or shit on him, but they didn't know what Bacoli was, and so they didn't expect what happened. Hot Rod, even though he competes in the U.S. for the most part, same kind of a similar situation. He's just been
only the degenerates know him.
He's been flying under the radar. So if you've been listening to us, if you've been listening to B-Sides long enough, you know we've talked about him plenty when he's been on Pro Box. So another reminder, if you're not watching Pro Box, you should be.
Should be.
All right, moving up. What fun. I was
Did you tell everyone that I told you?
Yes, actually I was in the Discord, and we were kind of like bantering with each other, like, don't be mad when Ryo wins.
Yes.
Don't
I've been
be
ready for
mad.
this one.
Do not be mad.
I have a lot to say.
So Ryo gets the split decision in a very competitive fight with Isaac Cruz for the WBA 140 title. I want to get the scorecards here because I feel like that's important. 8-4.
You disagree, Drip?
Heavily disagree on the close and competitive part.
8-4 for Ryo, and 7-5 for Cruz. All right, why was this not close or competitive?
7-5. The 7-5 scorecard for Cruz is madness.
I don't see and feel free to correct me or just throw your opinions as well. I just don't see in any boxing universe where Cruz he had a few rounds, sure, but this should have been a UD for Ryo. What Cruz may have landed some good shots, but a lot of times he was just hitting leather and air.
Yo, you're
opportunity in air.
You just straight up blew it up in my face. I thought you were riding for Cruz on this.
No, I had this fight 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
And as I was watching it.
We all did. Like, don't be...
As I was watching
this is closer than people think. Cruz is not that big of a dog at, like, monster pit bull that you think he is.
I don't think it was a close fight at all.
I was hedging my bets because I like Cruz, but I was pretty sure Valenzuela was going to win this.
I just don't see how it was close. Like, what did Cruz really do besides look lost after he couldn't land a good shot on Ryo?
Fan favorite, you come forward.
He had a fan-friendly style, sure.
That's what it is.
I love Cruz, and I'm still gonna cheer for him.
For sure.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'll still watch him, and I'll definitely cheer for him. But in this
gotta
fight,
call it like it is, man. You fucking lost.
I gotta give a kid his life
Pitbull's just too short.
He's too
for
small.
This fight, Pitbull was too short.
Well,
and Valenzuela's a better boxer than people give him credit for. Like, he can move.
Right. He showed that really well.
That's what I mean, though. Like, what did Pitbull do to secure some of these rounds? Because, again, a lot of times he's just hitting leather and air, opportunity and glove. Like, there wasn't much he was really landing. He had some good shots, I'll say that. But I feel like Rao controlled the fight the entire time, had good counters, good hits. I think he even beat him on... Did he beat him on punches thrown or landed? I don't remember.
Landed, but I don't think thrown.
Landed, okay. Yeah, I just think he controlled the fight entirely. I think Pitbull, once he realized he's just being outboxed, doesn't really have a plan B because he doesn't know how to box. He just knows how to be aggressive and come forward.
Subriel Matias 2.0.
Yeah, it's just like, I think once Pitbull realized, like, fuck, I can't land anything clean, and I'm not knocking this guy out, like, he just didn't have a plan B.
Robert Garcia in your corner, man. Every time. When the chips are fucking down, who do you want in your corner?
Like, I really want to know, like, in Pitbull's camp, where they're like, hey, man, you got to knock him out. Otherwise, you're kind of fucked here because not much we can do afterwards. Like, you don't really have a jab.
I was curious if they were saying that in his corner. If they were saying...
I hope they were honest and saying, like, hey, man, you're losing this fight.
Yeah.
Like, But
I think they
I
were
still
telling him he was losing, but I don't think they had any adjustments for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong, still like Pitbull, still gonna watch him. But this fight, he was just outboxed, like from A to B. I just don't see any way it was close or competitive. It might have looked close or competitive because he just kept coming forward, but how many of those shots really were landing?
Better view than I did. If you're watching on TV, so.
Oh, right. Oh, that again though, like how many shots were really landing? How much were just kind of hitting like Ryo's gloves or his shoulders? Like he was using his shoulder roll a lot.
Yeah, Ryo was looking really good. Like his defense was on point, and I think he has enough power to make people think about just walking in.
Yeah, I think he lifted Cruz off the ground.
I was impressed.
He kept Cruz honest.
Yeah, like I know I sound like a Cruz like hater. I promise I'm not.
No,
but I gotta call it like it is. I think he's got outboxed, and I think if he doesn't learn how to box soon, and I say that like jokingly, like he obviously knows how to box, but like if he doesn't really like learn how to like have a plan B or just get some new like strategies or like just whatever, just essentially learn how to box better.
Learn how to.
I think he's gonna have a hard time. He's gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, for sure. The situation on the ground is gonna be different every time.
Someone who's fluid like Tio, forget about it. It'd be a nightmare. Well, depending which Tio we get, but you know what I mean. Like if it's the Tio who fought Lomachenko, forget it. Cruz is gonna quit.
Cruz will never quit.
He won't quit.
He'll never quit, but you know what I mean. It would just be a really bad night.
Yeah.
Isaac
Sandor Martin against Cruz, forget about it.
Yeah, I think Martin beats Cruz too.
Is this like the Sandor Martin fucking fan kids?
Yes.
Podcast?
Yes.
all two of them.
Okay,
I'm just saying, like you gotta have like a backup plan, man. You can't just keep just swinging for that one big right hook.
Yeah, hoping to get in close and then smother him while swarming, and he's pivoting out every single time, and you're not doing anything to prevent that or to cut it off when he does do it, to get back in front of him as quickly as you can. You're not able to keep up. You're not as quick as he is.
They really tried to rob Ryo from that fight.
I think the 7-5 might have been helping Cruz save face a little bit.
Probably. I mean, yeah. Either way,
not boxing related, but I literally just got the update on my tattoo, and it's amazing.
Put it in Discord.
Totally derailed us.
Sure.
No, I was actually going to try to get out of Isaac Cruz and talk about the excellent Eminem concert.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done. All right.
No, I'm kidding. I just want to say that. No, I'm kidding. That's what I had to say.
The Eminem concert was okay. I don't really like Eminem that much, so it wasn't value added for me. But I guess it was fine.
Yeah, I don't like having the concerts at the boxing events.
I don't either.
To be honest.
It did kind of kill the flow of it, because when the decision for Ryo was announced, I was standing in the beverage line, and I was pretty see at that point, and so I was feeling myself like I was saying it like to everybody who was trying to say like, oh, Cruz is doing really good. I'm like, bro, don't be mad when Ryo wins, because he's winning. He's doing what judges want to see. Cruz is not.
Not one judge, apparently.
But also, Ryo was just winning. Like, this isn't a which style do you like closeness. This was just
Ryo's winning,
objectively.
Dude. Don't be mad. And then when it got announced, I was the one of 3 voices in the big ass line that was happy about it.
I called this one. I actually made quite a bit of money for me on this fight. I never bet very big, but this was one of my bigger wins. I bet $10, and I think it was paying 3.5 to 1.
Oh,
nice.
Damn.
No, sorry, it was paying more than that. I bet $10 and I won 42, I think.
Hey, still something.
It's pretty good.
It's still nice.
Yeah. Oh, well, it paid for the last 6 losses, so I usually only bet $5.
Did you win as much as we, the boxing fans, did for Eminem? What
I won more than that.
Can I gotta ask you something about these concerts and what Turkey's doing. These cards are too fucking long. Too goddamn long. Like, bro, that's why I got off that night. I was like, dude, I'm so tired. I've been watching this shit since like 5 p.m.
Yeah, that's about when it started.
This is nuts. Like UFC 300 was a massive event, but that was just fight after fight after fight. This is fight, filler, Eminem. It's like, dude, I don't know.
The handing out cars or whatever as well, super fucking weird.
Yeah, we don't really need to see that, bro. I came here to watch fights, not to see fucking how's that game show called? I don't know. Either way.
I was thinking it was giving Oprah vibes.
Yeah.
They had games. Scan the QR code, and if you're in the arena,
yeah, I saw that as well.
Like, what is this? When did boxing turn into fucking Chuck E. Cheese? Like, what is this?
I think it's that people don't want to tell Turkey no because he has a lot of money and he's enthusiastic. And then if the promoters push back, like, dude, nobody likes this, or the majority of people don't care for this. You know, there might be some that do, but it's overall not. This isn't value added.
It's really not. Like,
I
think, what was it? Just sorry not to go back to it, but like when AJ and Ngannou fought, didn't they fight at like 4 a.m. because that card went so long? Like their
local time? Yeah.
Yeah, they fought at 4 fucking a.m. Like, that's madness because that card was so long. No, I'm sorry, the card isn't even long. The event was just fucking long.
The pageantry of it.
Are you talking about the UFC event in England? Sorry,
that's a separate one too. But no, I remember when AJ fought Ngannou
in
when
Riyadh.
they fight December in Riyadh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they fought at like 4 a.m.
started it at a really weird time in Saudi as well, though. They were really trying to line that up with America, I think, time zone wise.
At first I liked what Turkey was doing with boxing. Now I'm kind of starting to get tired of the guy. The gimmicks and like him kind of getting a little too like, I don't want to say mouthy, but like Canelo shut him down. He's kind of like, oh, well, fuck you, Canelo, you're a bum.
Well, he's a petulant child because he's super fucking wealthy and no one's ever said no to him.
Yeah, I think even Tank said no to him too. And
would you say he's getting a little Trumpy?
I would say so. I think
just the way that
I'm just
he's
waiting
acting.
I doubt it's gonna happen. I was gonna say I'm waiting for more fighters to kind of start like saying no to him. It's never gonna happen, but like guys like Canelo and like Tank.
Oh, I think people are starting to. He's also pissed off at Tim Tszyu. I don't think Tszyu said no, but he didn't like the way they talked to him. So
he didn't pull out an injury, or was it just compounded?
No, so I think the official line from Turkey was there was a lack of communication from Tszyu's side.
Oh, actually, yeah, I saw this.
I think what that means is they weren't just agreeing with everything he wanted, so he's not going to business with him.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's my interpretation of it. But
yeah, I saw what you're talking about. Like, I forget where I saw on Reddit, like Facebook, but yeah, kind of like what you said. Apparently, communication was quote unquote just bad. But it's probably just a nice way of saying, hey, they didn't like our terms, so we're going without them.
And our terms are really stupid.
And I think at this point, you're going to be Turkey gets bored of boxing, or enough fighters start just being like, no, dude, we're not doing this shit. And I hope like he just like, thanks for the nice few events, but all right, bro, go a different sport. Go to like fucking lacrosse or something.
With Tim, or like with Inoue, you don't get to. You can put a fat check in front of them, and they can say, no thanks. Like, I'm doing really well in Sydney or in Tokyo. I'm doing fine. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to tap dance for you because it's not worth it.
Exactly. I think there's a lot more boxers with too much pride to take orders. Turkey's going to start running into this problem, and he's going to get angry about it.
He's already doing it. It's already happening with Canelo. Like, I'm not doing your dumb shit gimmicks because I don't want to. I don't have to.
Well, and I can't see, in a way, doing stupid fights for Turkey because of the money.
Right.
Like, maybe I'm misreading him, but, like, his whole family and their pride is not going to allow that. Like, you don't tap dance for money. And Tszyu apparently also has too much, like, self-respect to be, okay, that's a lot of money, I'll do whatever the fuck you want. Like, he's probably like, that's a lot of money, but I don't like this condition. And Turkey's like, well, then fuck you.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lick your balls in every media interview like a good dog or something.
Yeah, or like who knows? Because he never actually said what it was. But like maybe Zoo's just like, I don't want to fight in Saudi.
Could be.
I'm really hoping he never goes through this fucking plan to like make boxing into like one organization. I really just hope it never happens.
Yeah, I
No.
don't like it. I don't like it.
It'd be so bad
And-
for boxing.
and
The politics
sucks
and
because,
stuff
like-
is annoying, but
It just sucks because like it's such a real possibility too. Like
He's already got
I'm sure
3.
I'm sure Matchroom and Top Rank are probably fucking chomping at the bits to let it happen.
Golden Boy is involved with it too.
Yeah, I really hope it doesn't happen. It just sucks knowing there's a real possibility that it could.
I'm hopeful.
this fight on ESPN is a fucking war, guys. We're missing out.
Yeah, I've been paying attention a little bit. It's been kind of distracting me.
Playing Battlefield, sorry.
Oh, no, I think I don't want to sound like too much of a fanboy, but I do think that I don't think Al Heyman would get roped in to the degree that like Oscar De La Hoya would or has been, because PBC has
Oscar
been.
would lick anyone's boots. He would suck so much cock for money.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god.
Eddie Hearn too. Same thing.
Oh yeah. Earn with Hearn is no doubt.
I think Al Heyman would be able. He's been able to work it out really well so far in the events that they've had with various networks and promoters, and it seems like his dudes are pretty happy with him for the most part. So I think he's doing a good job to take care of them. And I can't imagine he would have let. If you're gonna lick anyone's boots, it's gonna be mine, not this dude from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude's face is all busted up.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a fight.
Hell of a fight. Speaking of a fight that wasn't a hell of a fight, Israel Madrimov loses his WBA super welterweight title to Terrence Crawford. I don't know, man. I was
Okay.
really fucking bored watching this.
It was boring, but every Madrimov fight is kind of slow. I was arguing on Discord with people. If you have to beat the champ, and those inactive, very close rounds are supposed to go to the champ, which I know is not everybody's favorite thing, but Madrimov should have got those first rounds, if
Yes.
that is the case. And Crawford got all of the first rounds, because he's the bigger name. I really think if you have to take the belt from the champ, Madrimov should have got the
He gets the
decision
benefit of the doubt.
by one round.
Yeah, anything that's close should have been his.
And I think he should have won. But everybody on Discord, not everybody, but a couple people are like, you're just racist. And I was like, thanks.
What the fuck?
Well, because I shit talk the American fighters all the time, and a lot of them are black.
Oh, right.
I don't like Shakur. I don't like Tank. I don't like Haney. I like Crawford. I usually cheer for Crawford. But, I mean, Madrimov is a better
Yo.
story to me.
Downzo got a little too big for your britches there, buddy. Right. Crawford, do you think he's getting a little too big for his britches? Because he didn't look spectacular here.
I think he's gone up too much weight.
This is too much. This is the bridge too far.
I think so. But, that being said, I do think Mov was probably the boxer out of the belt holders.
He was the better boxer
So
of the belt
maybe
holders?
Crawford, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Crawford can outbox the rest of them. Like, I'm not saying Crawford has to go down. I'm just saying that he's not going to be knocking people out at this weight class.
What about
Yeah.
Fundora? Spindly ass.
Fucking.
Yeah, but Fundora
Pencil
doesn't
neck.
use his height at all.
I think just I think Crawford at 154. Yeah. No, not the best. That performance was kind of dog shit.
Kind of.
But Israel also I can't pronounce his last name.
Madrimov?
Madrimov, thank you. He also just, I don't know what it was. I feel like he didn't throw enough volume. Like he spent a good 2 minutes fainting. Then the last minute he would land a few pop shots and try to steal the round. And it's like,
But that usually works for him. the way judging works.
Yeah.
That usually works.
I think he should have done more volume. He would have stole the fight, but I don't know. I don't think he didn't look bad. Like Madrimov looked good. Crawford looked a little uncomfortable for sure. That was his first fight going distance in like what, a couple of years? Like
It's been a while.
Yeah, like maybe like, and to think Turkey still had the audacity to be like
8 years since his last distance fight.
8 years, brother.
That's a long
8
time.
years. You went to 154 one night, and this guy like took you the distance. Like, what are you gonna do 168? What do you really think you're gonna do with Canelo? Like,
Yeah.
I think Turkey like pushing for that dumbass fight. It just doesn't make any sense. I think anyone who wants
himself
Crawford,
has said he doesn't want to do it anymore because Canelo doesn't want to do it, and now with this fight from Terence Crawford, he's thinking more getting the big names at 54. I think he mentioned Vergil Ortiz specifically, but
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Vergil Ortiz versus Crawford at 154. I don't know how that goes for Crawford.
I'm not too keen on it either. Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, I think
Would
he
be
would.
a
I
little
think
bit more
Crawford's get
competitive.
walked.
You think, man, I'm only gonna say
I don't know about getting walked.
Yeah.
I think Crawford is competitive, but he's not going to get knockouts. He's going to have to outbox everyone.
for 12, you're gonna have to be good for 12 rounds, or if they get too much on you, the size could end up being a factor, and they could hurt you.
Yeah, well, I don't think we've really seen Crawford's chin tested because nobody hits him cleanly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tim Tszyu would put a beating on Crawford. Crazy.
I don't know. I don't know what Crawford's chin is like. I really don't think I've seen it tested. Maybe he can take punches from 154. But I think he's going to have to outbox people. I think everybody's going to be able to handle his power, and I don't think Crawford's used to that.
Nah, yeah, I can agree with that. I don't think, again, going back to the fight, I don't think Madrimov won that fight. I also don't think Crawford really won it either. Maybe even a draw kind of would have made sense, but I don't know. Madrimov didn't really do enough. Crawford didn't look spectacular, so
Yeah. It was kind of a boring fight. Like,
Kind of. I
it's trying to be nice. It was pretty fucking...
They closed the beverage sales after that, and I was not happy about it. Last thing, I will just to give Crawford being one of the two things actually. One of the things that we were talking about as we were leaving the arena was now the pound for pound debate is settled in regards to Terence Crawford. He's not one or two. Inoue or Usyk, one or two. Which one do you prefer in those slots? But Crawford is not topping either of those two. I don't think so anyway. That was kind of our group consensus.
So, this is what, Crawford's 5th weight class?
Yeah, I think so.
And Inoue is also in his 5th weight class, correct?
Oh, did he start at minimum
Doing...
or light fly?
I honestly don't know, which is a little embarrassing.
That's surprising. Did not expect that.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to look it up here real quick. I'm not very good at memorizing things, which is surprising given my career, but this first fight was at 108.
Okay, so light fly. He skipped 112. He went to 115. 18, 22.
Okay, but for pound rankings, I would say it's his 5th weight class because he skipped one.
Sure.
He's still knocking people out
Brutally.
and looking better than Crawford did against Madrimov.
Yes.
careful
in my
now.
opinion.
Careful, because Turkey might now want Crawford versus Inoue.
I don't want Crawford versus Inoue. Crawford's fucking huge.
Listen, Turkey might want it, so we gotta be careful. Can't look too good.
But this is hard with Usyk because weight-wise, Usyk has beaten people much heavier than him, and no one else fights anyone that much heavier than you because you can't. I think Usyk has to be pound for pound.
Usyk also did dethrone Tyson Fury.
Right, and Fury outweighed him by what, like 60 pounds?
Something like that.
Or 40 pounds or something?
You
Like, it
dethrone
was a
Fury.
lot.
Dethrone Fury, beat AJ twice. Like, it's an impressive feat.
Yeah, so I think, like, Inoue's never going to beat anyone who's 60 pounds heavier than him.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
One person,
Or 40 pounds heavier than him.
one of the first people I ever met out of the whole Discord and all that stuff. He said that he never puts heavyweights in pound for pound because the whole pound for pound discussion is to measure the smaller guys versus heavyweights. That was his rationale.
Right. Yeah, no. I find it really hard with Usyk specifically because Usyk has been able to prove
Right. He can
that
go
his
up.
skills can overcome weight, whereas everyone else it's imaginary, like it's your opinion.
Well,
But having Usyk 1 and Inoue 2 makes sense to me. But also, I really like Inoue, so on my list, he's probably pound for pound. Because I'm a fangirl.
but still, Terrence Crawford does not rate above either of them, right? Not
I
anymore.
don't think so, no.
I
I
think-
never had Crawford above either of them, to be honest.
Neither have I, but I think I just saw that Devin Haney just got re-enlisted in pound for pound.
By who?
Really?
I forget
How?
which shitty article I saw it on, but
Get a fucking
Yeah.
job, man. It's terrible.
someone's got to be fired.
Yeah. Last thing on these two, for the benefit of the doubt, to give a pound for pounder like Crawford benefit of the doubt, Usyk looked like shit when he moved up to heavyweight. So, if you want to hold out hope, there is a glimmer.
Yeah, we'll give him a pass.
Yeah, we'll have to see in the next one if he looks like shit again.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he needs to go down. I'm just saying I am calling that we have seen his limit of being dominant, and now he's going to be competitive.
Well, now, speaking of competitive stuff, previews. Only have 2 cards. It's an addendum. This is fun. It's too much action to let this wait. Which one do you want to start with? Both were excellent.
Both were excellent, but to be honest, I only watched the Vergil Ortiz card. So
Okay.
that's the one I can talk about more.
All right, then. Same. I only watched the final, the main event for the top rank card. Angelo Leo knocking out Luis Alberto Lopez in the 10th.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was great.
It was an excellent knockout. It wasn't. It shouldn't be unexpected, I should say, or it shouldn't be that much of a surprise if for anyone who's watching the whole thing. But I understand that Lopez does have a certain air about him, so it might be a shock. to
Chris
some people.
Aldiri's been talking about it all week. How Lopez has like a Prince Nazim kind of style, where it's all flashy, but if something goes wrong, it goes really wrong.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Like,
put it.
he always pulls back with his chin really high, and Leo caught him. Like, somebody was going to eventually, but...
Yeah, it was his unusual way of approaching a fight, but it's always it seems like it's one-dimensional, or it always has been, like, because that one thing has always worked until it didn't.
Exactly.
There was an interesting conversation happening in Discord right immediately afterwards. Leo called out the other belt holders at 26, and also specifically by name said Inoue. And it was an interesting thing for some people that were wondering, moving up, is it going to be a problem? But Leo's his best days previously were at 122, where Inoue is now. So I don't know if that's going to be that much of a challenge for him.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to go up and grab an easy belt,
Yeah,
theoretically,
that's the snipe.
he would be the easy belt. Yeah. And he's not, like you said, he's not that much bigger than the people Inoue's fighting right now.
I mean, Nick Ball is small, I guess, but he's also a fucking meatball.
Yeah, you're gonna have to... I think Leo would be the easier snipe, for sure.
Ray Vargas, I would like to put him below Leo, just because I really don't like him. But
he's bigger. He might...
He's rangy.
Yeah, he's got long arms.
I don't know, I feel like Espinosa's that, but better and more versatile.
And a lot taller.
Yeah. And Figueroa has the interim title. He's the mandatory to fucking Vargas. So that is an interesting matchup, but I'm not sure. Of all of those, I would say I would rate Espinosa to have the best chance. If someone's going to succeed against Inoue moving up, I don't know about anyone else other than Espinosa, to be completely honest.
Yeah, Figueroa is really tall too, though.
He is, but he's also bit of a goober and just comes forward all the time.
Yeah. I think a left hook to the liver would probably stop that one.
A lot of body work would chop him down, and getting hit by Inoue is not fun. I can't imagine fun for anyone.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be like Crawford. He's going to get in a big enough weight class that his power doesn't really carry up. But I think he'd be okay at 126. All these people saying he's going to go to 135 is crazy.
That would be a bridge too far for me. I was just about to say 130, I think, is the bat limit for him.
Where he becomes competitive.
Yeah, where he's not a monster anymore. He's just a really bad dude kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think 126 might be that spot for him. Eventually, just being short is going to cause him too many problems.
Yeah. There's a lot of cupcakes in front of him, though. Like, there's not a whole lot of dudes that present serious problems or are significantly larger than him.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried that if he keeps moving up, he's gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. Yeah. Lee Wood, he's not at 26. I thought he moved up.
I'm pretty sure he's at 130.
I'm pretty sure as well. Robesi Ramirez, absolutely not. That would be, I think, easier than Leo. Ray Ford, no. Bruce Carrington, no. Yep, there's not a whole lot at 26 to challenge him. It's just guys that have really strange physical differences, or really apparent physical differences, rather, like Espinosa or Figueroa.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah, no, I think Inoue will move up to 126, and I think he'll do well there. But
yeah, that's really it. I would like for Angelo Leo to fight Carlos Castro, just because Castro's from the same city I am. That's really it.
Because Leo was the pro box guy, right?
Yes.
Nice.
He's been on like 2 or 3, at least 2 that I remember, before getting promoted up to a title fight.
And winning, which is awesome.
I'd like to hear...
Pro box is doing its job.
Yes, exactly. I think we talked about this when we recorded the second release. Talking about like the promotion relegation type of thing that they're doing.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that they're working themselves into, and it's excellent. All right, now, in Vegas, same day. Whole lot of stuff on a Golden Boy card, but the only one I want to mention that I kind of didn't see, Cecilia Brækhus beats Cornejo, so that's kind of fun. But Gabriela Fondora was not the co-main. It's just BoxRec listing them weird, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to list her as the main as well. They're the co-main.
She should have been the co-main.
That was really cool. Sweep on all 3. Charles Caldwell had a great knockout, so that's kind of cool. But that dude got moved up from 122 or something like that.
Was that the late replacement?
Yes, same day replacement.
Same day?
Mm-hmm.
That must be tough. He was trying. Like, the replacement guy was really giving it his best, and he didn't want to say he would quit. He made the corner stop it for him.
His words were, it was one of those things he was saying it without saying it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He didn't want to explicitly say, I want to stop or I quit. So, what was this dude's name? Jonathan Romero. Fights usually at 130.
I mean, kudos to anyone who can show up to a fight on the same day.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be scrappy about it, not just lay down. He could have in the first round or two, because Conwell was really whooping his ass. But he kept doing his best, so kudos to him. I guess you could say the same about Daniela Asenjo.
She took her ass kicking and kept trying, but Fedora was just better.
Yeah. In every aspect of it, she was able to fight better on the inside, which is what Asenjo was trying to do, to take away Fedora's reach advantage. And she was better on the inside. She was working on Asenjo as she was coming in, or trying to move out of the way of stuff, and it was just 10 round sweep makes perfect sense. I can't imagine any other score. Well,
and you could kind of tell that this fight, at least, I felt like Fedora has been working on her outboxing. I don't think she uses it very much, but against this lady, she was trying to be a little more on the outside and maybe practice the outboxing, unlike her brother, who just doesn't try.
Man, so 10 rounds to piece up somebody. This is like a sandbox kind of thing until another challenge comes along.
Yeah, I don't know. Gabriella's going to be hard to beat. She's looking really good.
Marlon Esparza, probably not, based on her last one. I don't recognize anybody else in this in the weight class. They were talking about moving her down in weight. She's at 112 right now. They're saying moving her down to 108.
And she's what, like 5'10"? Something crazy.
5'9".
Okay, I was pretty close.
Yeah.
Being 108 pounds at 5'9". I'm only 5'4", and I have not been 108 pounds in a very, very long time.
Man,
Probably wasn't 5'4" when I was that weight.
At 112, I would say I fluctuated between 112 and 115 when I was 17, and at 6 feet
Jesus.
tall. That's not pretty.
That sounds skeletal.
It was.
Slender man.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. It was skin and bones.
Gross.
When I went to boot camp, I had just gotten there on my 18th birthday, but I spent the entire time with double rations. People trying to fatten me up a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun for the for the first few weeks, but after a while, it's like, man, I can't eat this much. Anyway, speaking of eating, Serhi Bohachuk, man, oh man, he ate leather. He served up leather. He ate well. We were in agreement. We felt Serhi did enough to win, but for whatever reason didn't.
Well, we all know the reason.
Yes.
Ortiz is the name.
Right.
And Turkey wants Ortiz. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was super close.
Yes.
So, not a robbery, but I don't think it was the correct outcome.
I disagree
when I
with
went
the
to the
outcome.
cards, when I went to the cards, I knew it was going to be Ortiz. Like, everything was lined up against Bohachuk.
Yeah, I think last week Madrimov said the same thing, where he didn't get the benefit of the doubt despite being the one that held the title.
I think the same thing happened here.
Yeah, so I guess Turkey is quote unquote leveling the playing field. Absolutely,
I would say
he's
the
tilting
opposite.
it in the opposite direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Vergil looked
the bigger
awesome.
names are getting the.
They're getting the dubs.
This fight was awesome.
It was so good.
Has to be fight of the year so far.
Of course, yeah.
Has to be.
For the second half.
Nobody thought it would go to decision. Like, I didn't check the over-under on that because I also didn't think it would go to decision. I bet you made money if you bet on it going to the cards.
Absolutely. Just given how much how the bombs that they were exchanging with each other. It was like, or Serhi took what, one or two or he gave one or two and had to take, 2 or 3 in return. And it was just, there's this old quote from, I don't remember, I think it's World War II. Uncommon valor was a common virtue, which might be a little hyperbolic, but just to say that they were both intense competitors. It was an insane fight. So good. If you didn't watch it, watch it.
Yeah. Ortiz, I was worried wouldn't last the whole fight because of his health issues, but that didn't seem to be a problem.
And also when he got the second knockdown, and
he got angry.
He was livid. He was more red from rage than he was from getting hit. Man, I thought he was going to cook himself out.
I did too. I thought he was overthrowing. I think I even said it in the chat. I'm like, if Bohachuk survives this, Ortiz is going to be too tired and he's going to come back. And Vergil didn't get too tired.
No,
his corner did start giving him shit, like, you're fighting stupid, stop it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, is that the only reason he slowed down was because Robert Garcia made him slow down.
Which was the right call,
Absolutely.
Because he was leaving himself wide open.
Yeah, that number 1 or 2, it gave 1 or 2, take 2 or 3 kind of reversed when he was trying to load up and land a single shot for a KO or a KD to try to bring it back even.
Yeah. But Jesus, they both have chins of steel, and I don't know what kind of core workout Bohachuk does, but he was just absorbing body punishment the whole fight. Like those big left hooks to the body. Ugh.
Yeah, I remember seeing pretty early on how red he was getting. I think it was in the second or third round. He was already looking like a tomato on that side. And yeah, everyone, including me, was saying this is going to pay off in the later rounds, and Bohachuk's probably going to get stopped trying to protect his body.
Nope,
definitely not the case.
The Ukrainians are so tough to the body, like Derevchenko, and who's the other one that just takes body punishment? I can't remember, but like those guys, the less famous Ukrainians.
Yeah, the less famous ones, that works better. Because I was going to say, like, Usyk has had trouble to the body.
Yeah, no, I'm specifically thinking of these less famous guys that are kind of fridge-shaped.
Dennis Branchek? Dude that fought
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other one I was trying to think of.
Vosdik did pretty well with Benavidez.
Yeah. Anyways, those less famous guys, that I don't know what their body training is, but they are tough as fuck.
Man, so I'm looking at the scores, and 2 of them are, there's the 113, 113, the tie card, and then the other 2 are 112, 114. So if you put the knockdowns back on, that would make it, they scored it 8-4. I don't know how I feel about that.
So the 2 knockdowns, I think, are 10-8 rounds. No matter how much people want to bitch about it, they're 10-8 rounds.
Yeah, that's the new rule.
Yeah. And I think Bohachuk won at least 3 other rounds. I didn't write down my score, so I can't tell you what rounds it was, but I had him winning 3 other rounds and winning on the scorecard by 1. Like I said, I can't be too mad because the scorecards were all reasonable.
Yeah, I think I'm falling into the trap, my own trap, that I always point out for people. So when the rounds are really close and competitive, but the one guy is edging them out all the time, or most of the time, this is what you're going to get. Yeah. My problem is that some of those that were really close, that the champion should get.
Yeah. The bigger name. Yeah. I mean, whoever's winning should win, obviously. But if it's one of those ones where I gotta pick someone and I don't know who to pick, I think the champion should get it.
So Turkey's talking about Vergil versus Crawford. 2 interim titles and the WBA title on the line there. The 2 interims are both the ones that Fundora has right now. I don't see that going well for Fundora, regardless of who wins.
Yeah. I don't know. The Crawford versus Ortiz should be a pretty good fight, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think Crawford is going to hurt Ortiz. He doesn't hit as hard as Bohachuk does. And we know Ortiz has a chin. Like, I don't think Crawford's going to be able to crack him. But I still don't know Crawford's chin. Like, I don't think Crawford can eat an Ortiz left hook. But can Ortiz land a left hook on Crawford? Like, really land it?
Yeah, Bohachuk is there to be hit. Part of the game plan is having to take some of it, but Crawford, I don't think he would. If nothing else, has a much higher boxing IQ than Vergil does, so he's not going to let himself just stand in front of him when he doesn't have to.
But I think if Vergil does land that one clean shot, I don't know if Crawford can take that.
Would be a problem, to say the least. Gabby Fundora and Vergil Ortiz are the same height. That's fun.
And how many pounds are they apart?
Yes.
20?
42.
42 pounds apart?
Yes. 112.
Yes.
Gabby Fundora. Or did you think I meant Sebastian?
No. I'm just really bad at remembering weight classes. Ortiz is heavier than I thought he was.
Super welterweight. Terrence Crawford's at the top of the ELO system. I'm curious what happens. What is... Fundora has a fight announced, doesn't he?
WBO orders Fundora versus Crawford.
Okay, well, good luck with that. It's either one or the other right now between Vergil.
So ESPN has an article from the 24th. Dora and Earl Spence have agreed to a deal for a junior middleweight title fight in October.
That's what it was. We'll have to see how Spence is. That's really it.
I think Spence is cooked, but I've said that for a little while now.
It's a major hinge point.
Ever since he had to pull out of the Pacquiao fight with the torn retina, I have thought that Spence was cooked. And I think the only fight he's had since then, really, that would be any test was Crawford, and he looked bad.
Terrible. That was terrible.
Don't know. I personally think Spence is cooked, and he'll be a huge underdog, so I'm going to put some money on Fundora.
Yeah, I expect that the public sentiment will be towards Spence.
He might be able to beat Fundora, too. I don't know. Even a cooked Spence is a very good boxer. Like...
Well, that was it for the addendum. Unless you have anything to add.
Nope. I think that's good. I just didn't want to miss talking about this fight because I do think it's going to end up being fight of the year. And that Leo knockout was so good. It's probably going to be tied for knockout of the year because what's the other guy's actual name?
Luis Lopez?
Lopez's head bounced like 3 times off the canvas. He was completely out in the air as he fell. I don't know why the ref counted that one.
That was fucking weird. Everybody, Chris Algieri was saying the same thing. He's like, why are you counting?
Like
Lopez is done.
And he did the full count. Like he counted to 9 and Lopez was still just on the ground. Like, why are you counting? Like,
yeah. That was...
I guess that was the other news. Vergil Ortiz and Serhi Bohachuk, neither of them did a post-fight press conference because they were at the hospital.
Very understandable.
Yeah.
That's the addendum. This is where it gets cut back in. That's where it goes. All right, so parting words. What do you guys got? It's the first block. More boxing to come.
Parting words. Stay hydrated, brush your teeth, and please sign the petition so Turkey does not make boxing into one organization. Save boxing 2025.
Contact Lena Khan at the FTC.
Yes.
Hashtag
save boxing 2025. Do not let Turkey make it into an organization.
She's a monopoly buster.
Sign the petition. It'll be on Reddit starting September 1st. One of the mods will get it going.
I'm sure they will.
There's a few on Discord. I'll ask them.
I'll add before Shanada, before you go, I wanted to throw in to add on to drips is what did you say? Hydrate
and brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Wash behind your ears. Get your 8 hours every night, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I have for parting words. I bought something last night that was food I had never heard of Uber Eats, and it was fucking delicious. Let me look up what it was called.
Please do.
So everyone can go buy one. It was rice and like some sort of seasoned ground beef, then egg on top. It was great.
Ooh.
Sounds like taco rice.
It does sound like taco rice.
Kind of, but different. I think they had an English name on it though. Delicious Gapao rice. Gapao.
Gapao?
It was fucking delicious, and I will be ordering this again. Everyone should try it.
Well,
noted.
That's gonna do it for just the first portion. We will be back in a few days. Hey, if you've listened this far, I want to give you my sincerest thanks. If you'd like to get involved a little bit, what are your questions, comments, concerns? Do you have an opinion that we didn't really mention, something you'd like for us to talk about? 833-589-7637. You can call or text. Either way, it's anonymous. If you are sufficiently funny or informative or both, call. It goes straight to voicemail, and I can cut your audio in. Otherwise, the text is fine too. The number is 833-LUX-PODS. If you want to check us out on social media, LVX Media Net, everywhere. If you cannot find it, we're not on it. We also do have Patreon, which is LVX Media Net on Patreon. So we did the addendum because we wanted to talk about the August 10th fights right away. So this is not a usual thing that we do. But if you want to hear the preview portion that got replaced by the addendum, that'll be out on Patreon. So have fun with that. With all that said, we will be back soon. See you later.